Scentland, the land of scent. Hello and welcome, Chris, back with another fragrance review, and this time we are looking at the precious Italian house of Trussardi, originally founded by a gentleman called Dante Trussardi, if I'm not mistaken, and then elevated to the next level by the late great Nicola Trussardi, who at the beginning of the 70s, if I remember well, took charge of the brand, created that famous Greyhound logo that is still a bit modified now, but still around. And today we are looking at a fragrance, men's fragrance, released by the house of Trussardi in 1999. Fragrantica says it was the year 2000, but they're wrong. This fragrance, Trussardi Uomo Fresh, has been released in 1999, and I know it because I almost immediately got a bottle, a 50 ml bottle at the time, and I wore it when a few friends and myself, we went up to Scotland for a wonderful 10-day trip, sunshiny weather, unbelievable holiday at the time, and that was in July, August 1999, and there was a wedding I attended in July 1999, and I wore this. So this was around in 1999. I remember when it first hit the shelves, somewhere in the late spring of that particular year, and the same year actually saw the passing in April, I think it was, when Nicola Trussardi, whom I mentioned, died in a weird car accident at the time in Italy, driving his Mercedes against some lamppost or something around the some highway there. That was very unexpected, a very tragic event, and this one just launched, I think, around that time. So this is the very last release that Nicola Trussardi was still involved with getting onto the market. And obviously with the packing, as we look at it, it's almost the same packing bottle as the original Trussardi Uomo from 1983, the leathery King. It's a fantastic fragrance. It's a very sophisticated leather fragrance from Trussardi, and this is called Fresh. And I remember when I saw it first, I was disappointed in the name, because I'm still a little bit disappointed with the name, because it's not a fresher version of the leather fragrance, and this one is not really fresh at all. It's uplifting and it's a fantastic fragrance, but the name Trussardi Uomo Fresh, I don't know. For some reason I still don't really like the name Fresh. It's too, I don't know. Too many fragrances are called fresh that are mediocre or not of very good quality, while this one is not mediocre. It's a great quality fragrance. Now, how does it smell like? It's a very interesting fragrance. It has main notes of cloves, honeysuckle, red berries, a bit of cinnamon there, a bit of citrus, a bit of floral composition. A blend that is very sophisticated and very elegant, yet at the same time it can be used in casual or at casual occasions as well. In my opinion, it's a joyful and playful scent. It does not take itself too seriously like the Trussardi Uomo, the daddy of this fragrance. This is a much more youthful, playful, and a fragrance that has a great Italian sophistication about it. So it's totally great and fitting the overall image of the house of Trussardi, which at this stage, in my opinion, talking about the 2010s, has deteriorated with not that many good releases around from this house. But at this time, late 20th, early 21st century, Trussardi was still doing some great stuff. Like even in 2005, still I think it was a 6 with Inside. So at that time, it was still a brand, a designer brand that was reliable in regards to great quality fragrances. So the smell of Trussardi Fresh, as I've mentioned, with those components, those ingredients, those notes, is just a slightly sweet, slightly dry maybe as well. Definitely aromatic, but light aromatic, a bit floral, creaminess, sort of creaminess in there, and the citruses, maybe it's bergamot actually, that is not sticking out as a single note, yet it eases the composition overall, and makes this very calm, soothing effect fresh. There you go, I caught myself. Fresh, right? Fresh. Okay, fresh. Maybe the name is right. Maybe I shouldn't be so harsh with my criticism. Well, maybe I should not. Anyway, what does it remind me of? Actually, this will not help you because this reminds me of my travels to Scotland at the time, so it doesn't really help you as a subscriber or viewer of this video to imagine how it, how it's smelling like, or what it makes me think of, because it makes me think of this particular event in my life 400,000 years ago. But this is quite similar. I don't like comparing fragrances to each other, right? But I have to say that the overall vibe of Trussardi Uomo Fresh is quite similar to Gucci Pour Homme number 2, the blue juice in that heavy bottle. You know what I'm talking about? That has tea. I'm not sure if tea is around here, but the overall, the very sophisticated, easygoing, kind of light, yet still aromatic, spicy vibe is going on here as well. Obviously, this came out earlier, so if Gucci Pour Homme is some sort of a copy of this one, that could be arguable. But they definitely share some similarities in their overall mood, their overall vibe, what they're representing. At least, the category they fit in is similar, and the smell is actually, there's something similar here in the overall blending of the two fragrances. I like Trussardi Fresh better than I do with Gucci Pour Homme number 2. In regards to the projection, sillage, and longevity, they share similarities as well, because both are light on the skin and they become a skin fragrance very quickly. It's Trussardi Uomo Fresh is not a pushy fragrance at all. Actually, for you to be able to enjoy this fragrance for hours and hours, you need to over-apply. You need to over-apply heavily. So I'm not afraid to go with 10, 12 sprays. Here and there and everywhere. I like to indulge in this, but also not only because I like to smell that much, but also if I want this to be lasting longer, I need to apply more than the usual eau de toilette. And that is because the overall performance is a bit moderate, I would need to say, with Trussardi Uomo Fresh. That's a good thing as well, because it's not too pushy, but it's a bad thing if you think that you would rather have only 2-3 sprays for the fragrance, from the fragrance, and then enjoy those for more hours than you actually get from this juice. This is This is a fragrance that I call second skin fragrance. So it's almost like you do not wear a fragrance, you just smell so nice, right? It's almost like it does not scream, I'm a fragrance and somebody has sprayed me this morning. This fragrance whispers sophisticated, casual elegance instead of pushing the envelope and filling the room and nauseating people or getting attention, like it or not. This is a second skin fragrance, like actually Gucci Poem number 2 is, or Very Valentino is the same, where it is the fragrance is lingering, it's there, but it never hits your nostrils in a way that you would get offended or something, even if you spray 12 sprays. So I love the overall presentation. I like how it sits in your hand. You can actually open this stuff. I won't open it here now, but you can open it and then you can check the level of the juice inside. I love the overall touch and feel of this of this flacon or bottle. This is 100 ml. There's a 50 ml as well and a 25 ml. So the presentations are nice. You can put the 25 ml in your pocket. So I really like this fragrance, and mostly in around summertime, when I would like to have a casual, laid-back feeling. But it's also good for professional work in the office, like here. If you're with clients, and it's just very nice. It's something that nobody would hate. Will you get compliments? I'm not sure. I didn't get, I think, maybe one in 18 years. So that's it. But I haven't worn this that very much. But it's a fragrance for you, I would say. It's not for those people around you, it's for you. Because even with the 12 sprays, it still stays within your aura, but you can smell it then constantly. Other people's around you, do you leave a trail? Do you get that silage? Not that much. But I don't actually need that from a fragrance. I want to be noticed for myself, not because I wear any type of fragrance. This makes me feel comfortable and great, and puts me in a great mood, very uplifting, very positive, very sophisticated, very Italian, very special as well, because apart from Gucci Poem number 2, which has a huge following, by the way, this has not. This doesn't smell really like anything else, so it's really a nice fragrance, and it's something different, and it's still available. I think Trussardi still makes this, because I see it here and there. So Trussardi Uomo Fresh from the year of 1999, the late great Nicola Trussardi's last creation. One of the fragrances that I always come back to for the last 19 years, and it's a true pleasure to wear it. Thanks very much. That was Chris, and I'll be back with more. And I think, one more highlight. I love this greyhound that Nicola Trussardi created. I had a greyhound myself a few years back, and this is also why I really love this logo. It's truly great fragrance. It's up there as well, you see? Yeah, greyhound is everywhere. Thanks very much, and I'll be back with more. Take care. Bye-bye.